Produced by Podcast Architects.
Welcome back from the Houston Small Business Expo. I'm Ben Wiggins on behalf of Podcast Architects and the Houston Small Business Expo, and I am here with the man of the hour, the man himself, Freddy Goerges. Freddy, how you doing?
Doing great. We are excited that this is a successful event on all measurements, and I'm just ecstatic to look forward to our 2024 and maybe some possible adventures in some other cities around the Houston area like College Station.
Looking forward to having more conversation about that. I'm blown away by the energy in these rooms. There's so much good happening here. We've moved to a new venue for this year. Tell me a little bit more about what that journey has been like for you.
Well, when we first started out, we started with about 20 exhibitors at the Houston Downtown Club, much smaller footprint, about 2,000 square footage, and about 500 attendees. Today, we have approximately about 80 exhibitors, and we had 2,500 registration.
So impressive.
So it is a huge accomplishment. And I want to share not just the attendees that are here, but to get that data, to get the enrichment of who's doing what in this community, who is interested in networking, what industry are they coming from, what job titles do they hold. Then of course the most important information, their email and their phone number, their contact information, so we can follow up with them and stay connected with them.
How do you feel the landscape of putting on an event like this has changed in general over the last year, 2 years, 3 years? Post-pandemic, people are getting together again. How is this evolving?
I think people took this kind of activity for granted before.
Yeah.
And I think that the COVID, the quarantine, the isolation, the virtual experience was an awakening for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that brought in, new technology, new experiences, brought in AI. But it also reminded people that they missed that human contact.
Yeah.
They miss those eyeball to eyeball, belly button engagement where they can actually shake someone's hand, have a conversation, read body language and hear voice tone to see if someone's interested in what they're sharing or to let someone know that you're interested in what they're sharing. So the way it's changed is that, and again, because of COVID and because of the quarantine, I think people realize they miss this kind of engagement. And so it's a hunger that they're thriving to fulfill.
What are you most impressed with in terms of what the attendees are bringing to the table this year?
Goodness gracious, so when I look at the registration list, I'm seeing a lot of people that are founders, owners, C-suite, VPs, managers. They're true decision makers. So first of all, they're bringing that experience to this environment. The other thing that I love about the events, the way I organize it and the way I try to build the expectation is that versus other events, other organizations, I try to bring a spirit of friendship where people come in with a spirit of friendship, willingness to meet each other. And the way you do that is through leading through example. You come with a spirit of friendship as a leader, and you come just with this joy, abundance of joy, a smile, willingness to help, and a willingness to connect and willingness to edify people that you've learned about. So when you make those introductions, you're able to properly elevate that introduction.
What is next for you over the next 3-6 months to a year, aside from entering the Bryan College Station market?
So this year we successfully launched our first out-of-city, out-of-state. We did Lafayette, Louisiana, population a little over 100,000. The media picked it up. It was a huge success. Our inaugural event, we had 40 paid exhibitors, plus about 500 to 600 people in attendance. And we did the Cajun Dome Conference Center. So a major venue rental.
Yeah.
A major commitment. And that brought in a lot of people. So the next 3 or 4 months is that we're going to be planning for I-10 corridor expansion back to Lafayette, going to Baton Rouge, then on the other side, going to San Antonio, going to Austin, then go up 45 to Dallas. Those are going to be our goals on working and putting things in place to securing those venues, locking them down. And like we discussed earlier, Bryan College Station is it's like a flyover city for this kind of industry, for these big events. And I think, it's a missed opportunity for a lot of organizations that are there. There's no reason why they're not doing it. And it could be that they don't have the data. So one of the things that we try to do in the next 3, 4, or 5 months is that we try to build a database of 100,000 contacts. It's my firm belief that if I can get 100,000 contacts in any major city and have 6 months of soft marketing and have 3 to 4 months of hard marketing, and soft marketing is 1 email a week. Hard marketing is 2 emails a week, plus text message, plus paid social media ads,
Right.
plus additional paid content. So if we can do that, we can duplicate and replicate this model in any city. And right now, I'm comfortable with San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston, Lafayette, and Baton Rouge, maybe New Orleans, if the crime rate changes. We'll see.
All right.
And
Very
then,
good.
I really want College Station because it's a huge first campus, first huge university. A lot of people that go to school there stay there, and the population is continuing to grow. And the opportunity for a small business owner to represent themselves in front of the community is very important. It's not the only strategy, but it should be part of their strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Where can our viewers find you?
Well, you can find me on LinkedIn, Freddy Goerges, but you can also find me on HoustonYoungProfessionals.com. You can also find me at HoustonSmallBusinessExpo.com.
Fantastic. And any final thoughts?
I'll recap. When you go to these networking events, if you've never been to one, just come with the spirit of friendship. Pay attention to how you dress and present yourself. Though we try not to judge a book by its cover, oftentimes we do get judged by our cover, and we judge others. And that's something, if you accept and acknowledge that, work that to your advantage. And if you're shy, like I was shy, one of the things I can tell you is try to strategize as a social experiment. If I dress this way, how would people engage me? If I say these phrases or these words, how would they engage me? If I walk with confidence, how would they engage me? So try it as a social experiment, because with a social experiment, there's no failure, there's always learning. And if you're a lifelong learner, then you'll become a successful networker.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for the time, Freddie. We really appreciate you having us here and allowing us to be part of this event. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.